Well, I'm having a bit of a walk today, boys and girls. Bad news on my transport front. I had what I thought was a damaged CV joint on one of the front wheels of my car, and it turns out that my car is totally toast. Bear with me. Yeah, it turns out that I took my car to the garage to have it looked at, and it turns out all my brake pipes are corroded and very dangerous. So the car's now off the road. Basically, it's not worth repairing it. The one annoying thing is that I had work done that I paid for only 6 months ago for what they call an MOT. Here in the UK, we have to have our cars tested every year to make sure that they're safe for the road. So yeah, I had the car tested, and it failed on some things. One of the things was the brake pipes, and the mechanic that I gave it to fix, who was the MOT tester, said that he'd made all new brake pipes for me, and it turns out that he hasn't. So yeah, I'm not best pleased, because I'd paid out just over £400 for the repairs at the time, 6 months ago, which is money I could ill afford. But yeah, so there you go. So now I'm relegated to what they call Shanks's pony here in the UK. I don't know what that was. Maybe that was an old fountain at some stage, a watering post. Well, actually, maybe a gate post. Actually, forget that. I'd say that's an old gate post sunk into the wall there. So yeah, Shanks's pony, as they say. It's an old saying here in the UK. It's for when you're on your feet, and that's your only mode of transport. So yeah, I'm just taking a walk up here. This is what they call Sinclair Street in Helensburgh, and I'm just having a walk up here to see if I can locate a possible bottle dump that's within walking distance of my home. So yeah, so there you go. So that's current news, and I'll come back to you as soon as looks like an old gatehouse there that's been I think it's going to be renovated, gatehouse or a post house or something like that. So yeah, there's a couple of reservoirs up here and an old skating pond, so we'll maybe have a nosy at that as well. Alright, back soon. So excuse the wind noise. This is one of the reservoirs here. It's quite pretty on a day like today. Sun shining. The skating pond's just over there behind those trees, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, I'm just going to walk around the reservoir here, and we'll have a nosy, see if we can find the skating pond as well. Alright, back soon. Isn't it funny when you think about it, in places so sort of out of the way, that you still get this sort of illegal dumping? A lot of building waste there by the looks of it. But, maybe business waste. Looks like oil cans, that sort of thing. But yeah, that sort of thing is it's bizarre how they find these places to dump. Obviously there's a track that goes down the side there, down to the main road, and somebody's driven all the way up, or reversed all the way up, because there's no way you could turn there, and then dumped the rubbish and driven off. Yeah, cooking oil I can see on the side of a drum there. So yeah, interesting thing to note. I'm just also having a little nosy in this little stream at the side of the reservoir here. See if I can spot any bottles. Yeah, we'll carry on. Alright, well, I'll come back to you if I find anything, and see, we're maybe a third of the way around here at the moment, so. Alright, back soon. Well, folks, there's a second reservoir up here as well. I'm having to navigate my way through this boggy, marshy land, and as you can hear, it's very wet underfoot, and I'm hoping that I'm not going to just sink and disappear under here, but let's see if I can get up there and have a look. There we go. There on the climb now, so... Alright, bear with me 1 second. Well, as you can see from the sign there, boys and girls, this is Helensburgh number 2 reservoir. Now we've got the danger signs up here. Deep water, risk of drowning, standard stuff. Well, it was when I was a kid. Seemingly nowadays people have no idea and they seem to like to swim in reservoirs. So, but let's have a look at this one. There you go. There's the reservoir, completely empty. Well, that's Helensburgh number 2 reservoir. Don't know how long this has been empty, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up the end there, because I can see a bridge. I can maybe just get down to the edge of the reservoir there, just have a nosy, see if there's any glassware, any bottles or anything like that, because these reservoirs are marked on maps for the late 1800s. That's looking back down to the other reservoir there. Anyway, back in a mo. So this is me on this little bridge here, and this is obviously the overflow from the reservoir, which goes down to that little stream which goes all the way down the side of the other reservoir. Probably fills into that one should this one ever overflow. But yeah, I mean, it's certainly that looks like sandstone to me. It's rough cut. I'm going to get down here, go underneath the bridge and just have a nosy in that stream down there. Well, here I am down here, and there's a crow or something up on a pylon up there chirping away, but I very nearly came a cropper as I was walking down here because I slipped. I nearly went base over tip, as they say. But yeah, no, just having a quick nosy, and there's nothing I can see bottle wise, not even any hints of any glassware or crockery or anything in here. This all looks, I can't decide whether it's man-made, and here's the rain on now as well, so I'm going to see if I can find some cover while it rains. But yeah, I can't decide if this is actually man-made, this little side stream here. I think it is, because all these blocks that are in there seem to fit together nicely. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm standing on this little sandbank here. So it seems as though it's almost like a cobble or a dry stone wall as it's been laid down, because everything fits together neatly. But there you go. So there's a bit of interest for you, something different today, and we'll have a look. I'm going to go and have a look down in the base of the reservoir here and see if there's anything that stands out or jumps out at me. Just got to be careful where I put my feet. Like I said, I don't have my wellies today because I've no car. I've had to walk here, and if anybody's any ideas as to whether it might be worth metal detecting here, then leave a comment. I know one or two guys that I dig with, Mark from Treasure Hunting Scotland, and Green It Detector, and the Big Man, and Bigfoot Digger as well. Yeah, so give us a shout, give us a message, leave a comment, and we'll maybe see about bringing the detector up if you think it's worth it. Right, I'm going to have a nosy, and back soon. Well, there you go. There's what looks like the sole of a shoe. And how old that is, I don't know. It's leather. Now, is that Victorian? Or is it a modern piece? One of them things we'll never know. Could have been thrown in the 70s, you never know. But nothing so far. I'm not going to go any further this way because it gets very low down there, and I suspect that's really quite boggy and marshy right down at the bottom there. And I don't know if you can see that, there's a rainbow just over there. I don't know if the camera's picking this up or not. Not in my cheap crappy camera, probably not, but there you go. So yeah, let's have a wander around. I'll go back up that side and wander around there. Well, that's the reservoir just over there where I was, and this is the skating pond. Fair old size. but it's pretty much all overgrown now. It's become like, looks like a wildlife reserve. Lots of ducks and various other birds in there at the moment. Lots of plant life. You can see how it's it's man-made here with these wooden sleepers at the side. I dread to think how deep that is. I would imagine it's probably not that deep because it's man-made. But yeah, this is a skating pond. So I'll have a walk around here in a nosy. You can just see here how this tree's fallen down and created a rather picturesque archway for us. You can see the branches have been cut off just to make it a bit easier to walk underneath rather than remove the whole tree. Why not, as long as it's safe, why not just leave it in place? So yeah, so there you go. Don't think I can get down to the base of that tree, just have a nosy. Sometimes you might find that, although I think those trees are far too old to be built on a dump. But yeah, there you go. Some old picnic benches which have seen better days by the looks of it. Actually, it's maybe a point for sitting on with your binoculars and watching the wildlife. Yeah, I'll keep on wandering around. Well, here's where I am at the moment. Just past the skating pond and the reservoirs. So if we go that way, down that road just over there, that'll take us to Glenfruin and Gaelloch Head. And I'm on the Old Luss Road currently. Particular care should be taken when crossing the golf course. Helensburgh Golf Club cannot be held responsible for accidents occurring as a result of misdirected golf balls. As I found enough of them things over the years. So this is where we are here. So this is the Luss Road here. So I'm gonna have a look at walking along this footpath here, which will take us through the woods and down through the golf course. See the golf course here, and then it'll take us back into Helensburgh hopefully. But we'll see. We'll see. Alright, back soon. I think I'll just follow the path up this way and that should take us there. Well, it's interesting. I've walked up the path and I've come into this wooded area, and there's a wall over there, man-made. Only a short section of it, but all this land up here looks like it's been maybe man-made as well. Let's see where the wall's gone through there. Any signs of any bits and bobs laying around? Obviously when I'm looking for a dump I'll be looking for glassware, and also a thing to point is young trees. You see we've got these massive trees here. I mean, these things have been here for, this thing has been here for, oh God knows, a couple of 100 years probably. And some of these pine trees as well by the looks of it. But then over there we've got some sort of youngish trees, which are always worth a quick nosy. Some bizarre funguses there, pink and white. We certainly don't eat any of those. But yeah, interesting. So I'll have a quick wander to. It's quite boggy underfoot. I'm not going to go much further than this. So yeah, it's just a case of having a wander around and a nosy on the ground and see if you can see any broken pottery or glass or anything like that. Usually is a giveaway. Or if there's any rabbit holes, they usually kick out bits of glass and things like that. So anyway, we'll carry on and we'll see how far we get, and I'll come back soon. Yeah, I suppose another thing to mention is, because this is an old right of way, it goes all the way up, it's about 3 kilometres long. I'm wondering if it's worthwhile me just bringing the detector up here and just running around some of these older trees and see what we can what it brings up, or what it if it says there's anything here. Again, if anybody thinks, oh, there's a dog walking back, it scared the life out of me, then let me know. Oh, boys and girls, I've no idea where I am. That's where I've come from. That's from the trees up there I was last showing you. I'm not going back that way because it's like a quagmire. I've already got a nice deep layer of mud on my shoes and my jeans, so we'll keep going. I think this will take us down to the golf club, which is in Helensburgh, so I'm not completely lost, but yeah, we're in the middle of the golf course, just down a service track here, obviously, and just off to the sides there's a green there. But, yeah, so we'll keep going. Alright, back in a bit. Well, that's me through the golf course there, and I don't know whereabouts in Helensburgh I am. I'm sure I'm going to figure it out, but yeah, back soon. So according to the sign that I've just read, I'm in Churchill. I do know where this is, and I think if this follow this road down, it takes me back to Sinclair Street. We're on the eastern side of Helensburgh, and I don't know if you can see there's a sunshine. There's the Clyde there, the Clyde estuary, and greener cover the other side there. Right, I shall carry on. See where we turn up. I think I can see Sinclair Street up in the distance there. Interesting thing to note, Helensburgh is actually built on the grid system, like many of the cities in America. So it makes it relatively easy to navigate, although we tend not to say, I know you guys might say if you go 2 blocks and turn right. Helensburgh's not that big, so thankfully we can go via street names. So yeah, interesting point. Like I say, it's relatively easy to get around because everything is in effect square, or just about square anyway. But yeah, there's some amazing houses and big walled gardens and things like that, which were built in the late 1800s for some of the higher end people of Glasgow. But, yeah, there you go. So yeah, I don't know whether you can hear me. There's lots of rather big houses and in the style of villas, that kind of thing, dating to different years. And oh, crabapple tree. And like I say, this grid system that Helensburgh is built on. There's the sea in the front down there, so I'm just making my way down till I find a road that I recognise, although it's really not that difficult to get lost here. But yeah, like I say, lots of villa style houses, Georgian houses, a real mixture. Some more modern stuff. Obviously a lot of these big houses had a lot of land around them, and over the years the land has been sold off and then sectioned off into smaller areas and newer properties built. There we are, we can see a big row of Victorian terraced houses there. Like I say, things like Georgian places like that. And this is just me on the way home now, so villa, Georgian villa. Right, see you soon.